Hey, big guy, how you doing? So, at the beginning of my exercise journey, to be honest with you, it was really difficult to get consistent. I didn't like it that much. And, growing up, I never really enjoyed vegetables that much. And I just had an idea for a video. I realized that, I almost look at exercise like vegetables. If you don't enjoy it, it's because you're just not doing it the way you want to. You're not doing it the way you like to. Let me give you some tips to get consistent and enjoy it, even if you're prone to, or even if you're like someone. Let me give you some. Okay. Let me give you some tips on getting consistent in exercise, even if you're prone to quit after like 2 days or something like that. If you really struggle to stay consistent, here are some tips that I've learned. Develop a genuine interest into exercise and research the way you want to work out, whether it's weightlifting or calisthenics, CrossFit, or even if you just want to be a cardio junkie. Take some genuine time to be really interested in how you want to work out. What kind of personality do you have? What are the ways you enjoy working out? Have you worked out before? A part of what it's going to take to develop these interests and expand on them in your life is to learn things like bulking and cutting or calories in and calories out, various forms of exercise and the ways to do them with safe form because you don't want to be sitting there like death gripping a barbell when you're doing bench press and then it just crushes your throat. When you take the time to learn how to do these safe exercises, paired with practice, but when you learn them, they never actually leave your mind. You will remember them in any gym that you walk into after you do some research. So now that you've taken some time to learn, fuck, yeah, so that's where I have to improve. Now that you've taken some time to learn about how you want to exercise, now, fuck, dude, shit. Now that you've taken some time to learn method and style. Now that you have taken the time to learn about which method and style you'd like to exercise, it's time to actually figure out which exercises within that particular avenue you'd like to do. So for example, if you chose weightlifting, something that's probably on your mind is bench press. It was for me. And like when you're doing the whole research journey of your life, I suppose, when it comes to fitness, you'll find things for bench press, like, arch your back, push through your legs, don't roll your shoulders, stuff like that. If you chose calisthenics, I suppose you could just take the time to learn some push-ups. Very well, there's a lot of variations to push-ups. So for example, you could do like a decline. That's basically where your heels are above your shoulders. And there's regular push-ups. Almost no one, very few people. If you're gonna do calisthenics, take some time to learn the variety of push-ups that they know how to do. Shockingly, most people, although they have the strength to do it, don't actually have proper form with even just regular push-ups. Never mind as well, like decline push-ups, which is basically where your heels are above your shoulders and you're doing push-ups. It hits your upper chest. Or even archer push-ups, where like you do the weird side to side thing. It's really hard on the shoulder. It's good. It's a good one though. For example, the way to do just a proper push-up is like you turn your whole body into a plank and then you're pushing up and down. Push-up is what it's called. But most people like they don't engage their core or their glutes when they're doing a push-up. I didn't know that like doing push-ups also involved your core muscles. So lastly, for this point, if you chose CrossFit, like although calisthenics and CrossFit do like cross with exercises, just for example, with CrossFit, you could learn how to do dips. And the safe way to do that, from what I've experienced, although I don't do CrossFit, I like to implement some body weight exercises while I do weightlifting. But for CrossFit, if you chose it, the way to do dips, like you keep your wrists and your elbows in line, and you don't drop your shoulders below your elbows. You can really hurt your shoulders while doing that. Lastly, you can develop something called the perfect circumstance. In your head, maybe even now while you're watching this video, you're imagining various scenarios or methods to give you an environment where you actually like to exercise. Some variables to consider. Do you want to work out with a friend? Do you want to do it alone? Are you going to do it in the morning or in the afternoon? How many days a week? Are you going to do cardio on this exercise day? Is cardio your exercise? I hope that like helps engage your mind to problem solve it a bit, but you just gotta remember, bro, when it comes to life, you're already all in. If you don't get started on this journey, it'll never get done. And you're gonna have a last day of your life at some point in the next 100 years. If you don't do it, I mean, there isn't really a point in putting it off, you know? Life is so short.